Welcome everybody to the brand new Manderville Gold Saucer in Final Fantasy XIV: A Realm Reborn. Now I gotta say, I've been waiting for this for a very long time. When they announced it last year, might have even been the year before. Now I'm a huge fan of Final Fantasy VII, obviously, and it was just sort of a dream come true to have this awesome, huge 3D version of the Gold Saucer in HD with a ton of people walking around. It's awesome. So today we're going to go exploring around the brand new Gold Saucer. I'm going to show you all the stuff that it has to offer and even a couple little winks and nods to past games. So let's go check it out. First, with the reception desk. Now, the first thing you're going to see when you walk in is this giant cactuar statue. It's huge and it looks awesome, and there's tons of neon lights everywhere. And when you walk up, it sort of gives you a guided tour, mission quest, or it makes you go to the different areas and check out all the different things. But essentially the front desk is where you can buy up to 500 gold pieces with Gil and then use those in the various mini games. And then once you accumulate enough, you can spend them on various items like armor or cards in the card battling game, or even abilities for your chocobo in the chocobo racing. And we'll get to all that in just a sec. Now, the first thing that you do run into, the first place it directs you to, is the Triple Triad Tetramaster card battle game from Final Fantasy VIII and Final Fantasy IX. Now, I believe this is the Final Fantasy VIII version, as the board's more limited, and it even has the exact same song from Final Fantasy VIII. It's so cool. Now, what'll happen is they'll give you essentially a starter deck with about 5 cards, and there are NPC dealers of varied difficulty. As you beat them, you get GP, and then you can take the GP and buy better cards with them. Now, the cards are kind of expensive, so you're gonna have to play quite a bit. And the only unfortunate thing is, unlike the Final Fantasy VIII and IX versions of this game, you cannot beat the NPC and then pick a card to take for your own deck. It doesn't quite work like that. Now, it may work like that in PvP against real players, but I never got an opportunity to do that. I wasn't quite sure how you did that. So if any of you guys have done that, definitely let me know. But when I was walking around, there were a ton of people. There was probably like 50 to 100 people in that one room, just all playing cards together. It was super, super cool. I still don't know why they haven't put an official iOS version of this game out. Hearthstone's going crazy. Why not release a full version on iPad or iPhone? I don't know. But anyway, I digress. Then there's a couple other things. We're going to save Chocobo Racing for last, but there were a couple other areas. There was the Wonder Square, where there's a variety of mini games. Most of them, if not all of them, are timed button press kind of things. To be quite honest, none of them are that fun or that interesting, but it's a cool distraction to kind of walk around, check them all out, see the design of the place. I think there's one where you have to like stop a button right in the middle, and when you do that, it punches a dummy, and the farther you punch it, you get more gold pieces. There's one where you have to time basketball shots, and you have like 25 seconds to shoot as many as you can. There's sort of a claw grabbing one where you have to kind of line up a Moogle with items of various sizes, and the smaller it is, the more gold pieces it has. And then the one I ended up playing the most because it was the easiest was this sort of test of strength hammer smash thing where you hit a cactuar, and the farther it goes up, the more GP you get. And I think the most you can get is 5, but you're guaranteed pretty much to get at least 3 every time, at least when I did it. So definitely worth checking that out. Now, there were a couple ones that seemed to be tied to times of the day, and when I explored and was recording this, I never got a chance to look at it. But the first one was this thing called a Mount Corel from Final Fantasy VII, and might have even been Mount Nibble. I'm not quite sure. It was some town name from Final Fantasy VII, and what it looked like it was sort of a race to the top of this mountain, and I couldn't get even onto the top, or the bottom ledge. I don't know what it was doing or what it wanted me to do, but I could not get up to the top. But there was various obstacles that looked like you could kind of climb around, and when I walked up to it, there were people on it. I don't know how they got up there. I'm guessing it's timed to a certain time of the day or something. I couldn't figure it out. And then there was another event that seemed to be timed to a certain time of the day. I think it was called like the event square, the event circle, something like that. There were a lot of people standing on this circular platform that you couldn't jump onto. I tried my hardest. I could not get up there, and it seemed to be timed to a certain time of the day. I don't know. Couldn't do it. There were a bunch of other little neat just things to explore. There was no elevator, but there were these fountains that when you stood on them, it would sort of like launch you up to the next level of the Gold Saucer. It was just really cool. and there's like this area where there's all these presents and stuff. It was just the whole design. It was just really fun to walk around in and just check stuff out. And then easily the highlight of the entire place was chocobo racing. Now, when you go over to the chocobo racing, it's packed. There are so many people there. Now, unfortunately, you have to do a quick little side quest to get the proper training and get a raceable chocobo, but it doesn't take more than a few minutes if you have the travel point. And then you come back and you do some trainer courses, and then you're able to get into a full race. Now, you're not training or you're not racing against a full lineup of other players. I believe it's you and one other real player, and then it's 6 other NPCs or 5 other NPCs. And essentially, it's sort of like Mario Kart in a way. There's speed boost pads. There's these treasure chests that when you grab them, you can either get a boost of speed, or you can throw a gravity ball on an enemy and it slows them down, or a defensive item that when you get hit with a gravity ball, it'll just get rid of it. And it was really fun. I mean, there was even a level called Costa del Sol, very tropical. It was meant to look like it and everything. And then there's increased difficulties. There's an open bracket, and then the more skilled you can get new abilities for your chocobo and things like that you can bring into the race. Again, you have to buy that with GP. Very steep curve, but the more chocobo race is one of the things that gave you the most GP. So if you haven't checked this out and you're wanting to, I highly recommend doing chocobo races, because if you win even the smallest level, I believe it gave me something like 84 gold pieces. So it's well worth your time for sure. So guys, that's pretty much it for the Manderville Gold Saucer. It's so much fun, and it's just this cool childhood dream of mine to kind of see this huge 3D HD gold saucer with other people walking around. Any kind of cool Final Fantasy VII or even other Final Fantasy mini games you'd expect to be in there is in there. Really cool. They even have this new remix version of the Gold Saucer theme, which was really great to listen to. I never got old. So guys, if you have played through this Gold Saucer, if you have a subscription to Final Fantasy XIV, or even if you tried the free weekend, what did you think of it? And if you haven't tried it, let us know in the comments what you thought of this little exploration tour. I thought it was really cool that they give you a free week, and just to let you kind of get reacclimated to the game and check this out. Now, this free subscription and the free trial time is through March 9th, so time is running out depending on when you watch this video. So definitely check it out if you haven't subscribed or if you haven't played for a little while. So anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching this little tour. I do have a new show that I kind of wanted to plug one more time in case you have missed it or haven't watched it yet, and that is JRPG Journal, which is a show I'm putting out every Monday where I talk about various JRPGs, kind of reminiscing about them, special memories, cool stories tied to them. The last 2 I did were Lunar Silver Star Story and Ys, the Oath in Felghana, games that have really special memories tied to them for me. So I definitely recommend you checking them out. I'll have them on the screen. You can click them and go check them out. So anyways, guys, thank you once again for watching, and we'll see you next time.